Hey, did you know I'm doing a toy drive for the kids? That's right. If you want to support underprivileged children this holiday season, click the link below or in my bio, and you'll be able to access our link to our toy drive. We're going through Amazon, so all you need to do is buy toys. You can see we've already got a ton of them. The more the merrier. We are looking for gifts still for the very young kids, as well as gifts for the older kids. Thank you to all who've already bought toys and donated. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and enjoy the video. All right, we're gonna bring up the next person. Next up in the call queue is James. Now, James doesn't believe in systemic racism, so let's see how James tries to substantiate that in any meaningful way. James, if you can hear me, please provide me your age and pronouns.
James, he, him, 35.
All right, James, now you're calling in about systemic racism. You say systemic racism doesn't exist. How do you substantiate this, James?
I would say systemic racism isn't real because Black people in general have they outperform other races in certain categories.
Which categories?
Sports is one.
When you say outperform, what do you mean? Do you mean they just do better at sports?
But yeah, if the system as a whole, if America as a whole.
Sorry, James, I just want to know what you mean by outperform really quickly. Do you mean they do better at sports? Do you mean they make more money in sports? What do you mean by outperform?
Sure, you could make money, perform.
Well, which one are you talking about? You said they outperform, so I want to know what you're specifically talking about.
They could be both. I mean, if you outperform somebody in a job, you make more money, you do better than them.
Okay, the highest earners in all sporting categories are white team owners. They're the highest earners in all sports. So Black people don't have like the share. It depends on what. No, this is just across the board.
So in the NFL, right? What is the majority race in the NFL?
I don't know. I'd probably say Black.
And what about the NBA?
Probably Black. If we're talking player base, sure.
So that's just
But again, if you're saying sports, right? You're talking specifically players. Players aren't the only people earning money in sports. The highest earners in sports are white team owners. They're the ones earning the most money, not the players.
Well, of course, they own the team.
So then who's outperforming? If we're looking at sports as a category, white people are outperforming because they're the ones earning the most.
What I'm saying is I only make $25,000 a year. A Black person makes more than I do. If the system was racist.
Okay, so just confirming, you think if one person does better than another person, that proves the system can't be racist? You don't like looking at averages or rates. You like to look at the individual.
And I'll give you an example of systematic racism.
You probably won't, but you can try.
World War II in Nazi Germany, they systematically killed Jews. They systematically murdered them. Well, if the system was racist, all Black people would be quartered into camps and slavery would still be real.
Okay, I don't think you understand what systemic racism is. I just don't think you know what it is. I'm inferring this from what you just described.
The system of America is not racist. We had a Black president.
Damn, you just thought you thought you ate with that one, didn't you?
How is the system racist?
You thought you ate that shit, didn't you? God damn. All right, let's talk about it. First and foremost, when we look at racism within our systems, we don't look at individuals, we look at the average. We look at what the average person is going to experience and like what those people experience on a whole. So when you look at a very small percentage of Black people and go, see, they're doing well, and not the larger percentage of Black people that aren't, you are ignoring actual data. Do you like ignoring actual data, James, or is it just in this instance that you do?
So are cops racist against whites because they kill more whites than Blacks every year?
There are more white people than Black people. Of course, more white people are going to die every year. Do you know how per capita numbers work, James?
So,
no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was an actual question. I'm actually asking you, James. James, I'm legitimately asking you if you know what per capita means.
They're racist. They kill more white people a year.
Do you know what per capita means?
There's more white people than Black people.
Do you know what per capita means?
I'm asking you genuinely. Why aren't they just going into the?
I'm asking you genuinely if you know what per capita means,
Black
James.
Community and mowing them down. I mean,
James, do you know what per capita? James, do you know what per capita means?
Yes, I know what per capita means.
So then let's look at the actual numbers. White people are killed by police, 34 per million. Okay. Black people are killed by police, 94 per million. That means when we look at the rates, Black people are killed more than white people by police. Are you aware of this?
But they commit more. Don't they commit more of the violent crime than whites do, though?
We don't have a full number on who commits the most violent crime because the crime reporting isn't succinct. We have the FBI's crime data from Table 42.
Okay, bro.
James, if you're incapable of listening and learning, and let me ask you a question. Are you capable of taking in new information and learning from it? Are you? Oh, he hung up. I'm going to take that as a no then. I'm going to fully take that as a no. He's incapable of taking. So I'll just explain to you guys what I was saying to him. So when we look at the crime data, we typically use Table 43 from the FBI, Table 43A specifically, which looks at crime aggregate to a lot of different population deviations. One, Table 43A is incomplete. There are whole states that do not report crime data. I'll let you guess which ones. It tends to be states in cities that are predominantly white. Two, when we look at crime data, yes, we do see that per capita, Black people tend to commit more violent crime. We don't see this in other, and not even all violent crime. We don't see this in like every type of violent crime, right? We actually see more even distribution among other violent crime. Three, when we look at crime is directly related to poverty. When we look at crime in proportion to poverty rates, the crime rates between races tend to even out. These things are all pretty well known. James is just incapable of taking in new information and learning from that new information. So hopefully that explains something to you guys. So in case you ever hear the bullshit 1350 quote, you'll be able to combat it with actual data. Hey, thank you all for watching this video. If you don't know me, I'm Jovan Bradley. I'm a leftist content creator who does debates, political commentary, gaming, and more. If this is your first video, thanks for sticking to the end, and I hope you subscribe. I post videos daily, and there are hundreds of past debates on my page for you to enjoy. Thank you to all my YouTube members. Your continued support helps me create as much as I can. Consider joining. A membership starts at $2.99 and gets you access to our community Discord, early access to videos, and more. Shout out to my Tier 4 members, Red Fairy DF, Ellie McReady, Not 3.6R, Sylvia Snow, Paul D, Zurith Moonpaw, Kazim, Never Again, Bamji, Emery Imogene, Ayla Ursus, Call Me Vel, Kelsey K, Jake Gorshander, Matthew Holloway, Vampy, Yemye, Mealy, and Dragon Nerd. Your continued support goes a long way in helping me continue the fight for equity, justice, and education. Thank you again for watching.